Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Praise the Lord. Somebody call my mama. This is my YouTube CVS channel vlog show, not the pharmacy. This is WEML TV, Channel 77, episode 527 of the show. What is going on, everybody? Today is Saturday, September the 4th, 2021, 2:44 p.m. Sorry it took me a while to do this, and I usually do it right away. Is then there was a lot going through my mind, and I'm going to tell you a little funny story before we get into the SmackDown 205 Live Event Center. The event center from yesterday. This morning I got up a little earlier so I can get to work earlier. That way, the earlier I clock in, the earlier I leave. And that plan went successfully. So I decided, well, since I woke up around 5:30, 5:45 this morning, I figured, well, I'll do my bedding. That's why it's, the bedding, because I do my laundry on Saturdays. So I decided to do that. And turned everything on, did what I was supposed to do, and boom, the thing is on, right? And I was going to work and doing my thing, cleaning the windows and such, and at the mall and just doing the thing. Then I went outside to do clean the outside, and I usually talk to myself about what I'm planning to do today, like videos like this and the laundry and all. And I was thinking about the laundry. I realized, did I put it on the right setting, or didn't I do it? I felt that I didn't do it. I didn't put it on the right setting. I thought it was supposed to be, all right, bedding, you put it on the bedding setting. So I was like, oh man, I hope I didn't screw up the washer. So went home. I got out at 10:20. I clocked in at 6:25, 25 past 6. I got out at 25 past 10. Went home, went inside the house, and I looked, and so I said, okay, everything seems normal. Looked at everything, and so I put everything in the dryer, and then I was doing my work clothes, and the work clothes are in the washer, and they've already been done. And when I turned it on, and I realized I put it on the bedding setting, I was like, okay, I did that, so crisis averted. So I'm going to put it back on the regular setting since I'm doing my clothes now. Instead of my bedding, and that was it. And I was like, I told my mother this, I thought it was pretty funny. And so I did post it on Facebook, and then I responded afterwards since the crisis averted. I said, one of these days my extreme doofiness is going to get me a whole heap of trouble. If it hasn't already. I'm like, Eppa, let's go. Let's do this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is wrong with you, Lima? Come on now. Oh, jeepers. Like, can somebody slap this guy across the face? There he goes. There goes Eric Lima. Oh, my goodness. Eric Lima, I'm the host of the show. WEML-TV, Channel 77, when there's ordinary, there's me, Eric Lima, hosting the show. What's going on? Like I said, episode 527. And we'll talk about SmackDown 205 Live Event Center from yesterday, the 3rd of September. It's Labor Day weekend, folks, and you know what that means. That means this coming week, all the kids will be back at school from their summer vacation. What are you doing on your summer vacation? Being bored and going crazy on the internet. That's what's going on. Because of this stupid pandemic and everything else in between, right? Well, I would say it's been a decent summer for me because I did work, and I went to the Wayland City Festival, and I had a lot of fun. But we're not going to talk about the end of summer as of yet. So I'll get to that when I get to it on later episodes. Right now, let's talk about SmackDown. The Usos went in a non-title match, championship contenders match, against the Street Profits. And the Usos have been breaking so many rules, and got to the point where the referee disqualified the Usos, and it caused a post-match brawl with the Street Profits standing tall in the end. And Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman were watching the match and say, hey, go get the Usos. And as Paul Heyman was going to go get the Usos, all of a sudden, Kayla Braxton scared the wits out of him, which I thought was pretty funny, interviewing Paul Heyman, and and Kayla Braxton's got this smirk on her face. I love Kayla Braxton. And as she was interviewing him, all of a sudden his phone went off, and had Brock Lesnar's theme song. Boy, oh boy, Paul Heyman has put himself quite in the pickle, huh? Why is Brock Lesnar calling him from his phone? This is going to be the most interesting situation Paul Heyman has ever gotten himself in. He gets, and then Caleb Braxton goes, aren't you going to answer that? I'm like, if anybody should replace Paul Heyman on talking smack, should be Matt Camp. Matt Camp's a lot more tolerable than Paul Heyman. Let me tell you, Paul Heyman's got a lot to do already. He's got himself quite a pickle. And then he saw somebody that is like a disguised that looks like a janitor. If you want to start taking out trash, take out Caleb Braxton. Well, that was mean. And then the janitor revealed himself to be Big E, and he's laughing maniacally with his money in the bank briefcase. Big E laughing at Paul Heyman. I was like, this is great. This is great. Paul Heyman's got himself quite in the pickle. His tribal chief he's working for is the Universal Champion. His former client, Brock Lesnar, is back and wants the Universal title. And he's got a lot on display. And then Big E's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. When is he going to cash that sucker in? We don't know. And then he's got a Universal Roman Reigns has got a Universal title defense against Finn Balor later on that night. Goodness sakes, man. Here we go. That's all I got to say on that matter. Get over here. Alright? And then Becky Lynch came out and addressed the WWE Universe in Jacksonville. And so she's like, okay, why, because I thought the man, came up with excuse, Bianca Belair's coming with excuse. Bianca Belair came out to by Becky Lynch. Bianca Belair response to Lynch's words, and so Becky Lynch goes, nah, about another for a rematch. She did earn her shot, and so the Dirty Dogs were talking to each other in the back. It's Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. And they walked by Toni Storm. And Ziggler, in true Ziggler fashion, tried to be a scumbag and tries to sweet talk Toni Storm. Hey, watch my match. Oh, my God. Oh, God. She's too young for you, bro. She already has a boyfriend, you idiot. In Juice Robinson. And then, because Ziggler says he's going to watch, he's got his match against Rick Boogs. And then Toni Storm was like, I'm picking Rick Boogs over you. I'm like, ooh! Hey, Ziggler, stop being a creep. My goodness. I know everybody loves Toni Storm, especially that curvaceous backside that she has, but you're being a creep, Ziggler. And Rick Boogs introduced Shinsuke Nakamura, or Shin's King Nakamura. King Nakamura, or Shin's King Nakamura, that's what I like to call him. The Intercontinental Champ. Rick Boogs went one-on-one on Dolph Ziggler, and then Corey Graves says he's changed his mind about Rick Boogs. I thought he was a blithering idiot and all that, but after an interview after the bell, he learned a lot from Rick Boogs, which really intrigues him. And then Rick Boogs did his pump handle slam that I think he calls the Boogs Cruise, and wins the match. He beat Dolph Ziggler, a former World Heavyweight Champion, former United States Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion. Big upset. It seems like Rick Boogs better be seeking out Toni Storm, because she was the one that brought him some great luck and won the match. So, and I'll tell you what, and Pat McAfee was not there. Second time, he's recovering from COVID. He said he'll be back next week at Madison Square Garden, which is huge. I'll tell you what, it's going to be crazy. And then Becky Lynch was probably walk out of the arena with her title. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville stopped by and said, hey, listen, I'll when I'm ready, I'll defend the match. And then Adam Pearce goes, well, you'll defend the title against Bianca Belair Extreme Rules. And then DeVille says there will be a contract signing next week in Madison Square Garden. How good contract signings go? Not that much, folks. Let me tell you. It's gonna be a heck of a crazy time next week on SmackDown. Cesaro went up one-on-one with Seth Rollins and renewing the rivalry, and then Seth Rollins started mimicking Edge's moves. He said, and Seth Rollins claims he's moving on. I don't think so. And then he attacked Cesaro to the point where Cesaro wins by disqualification over Seth Rollins. And before that, Kayla Braxton interviewed Seth Rollins before, and Seth Rollins says, I'm planning on moving on, and he says he's going to prove it by being Zazaro. Mispronounces the guy's name just to act like a jerk. Unbelievable. Then and then after he got disqualified, Rollins ended up attacking on Cesaro. I was about to use the concerto, but then Edge chases him away. And then Roman Reigns was talking to the Usos about their game plan against Finn Balor, and said, "Okay, well, let's execute that plan." The Usos, and then Paul Heyman goes, "My tribal chief, we got a bigger problem. Finn Balor will take care of him." No, Brock Lesnar. So, and then Raymond says he's not worried. Is he now? And then Mackenzie Mitchell, who made her SmackDown debut, which I was kind of shocked to see Mackenzie Mitchell there. I don't know if Megan Morant got fired or what. I don't know what happened to Megan Morant. But Mackenzie Mitchell was there. Maybe Megan Morant is going to the newly revamped NXT. Could be. I really don't know. The newly revamped NXT will be taking place September the 14th. That's the wedding of Index. You know how wrestling weddings go very well. It may go as William Regal would say, cuckoo bananas. William Regal and Johnny got all there. Anyways, yeah, Mackenzie Mitchell trying to make her made her debut on SmackDown, made her first SmackDown appearance. Tried to interview Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin, answer the keys, park my car. What? She's not valet. She's not doing. Dummy. Happy Corbin. Yeah, he's rich, but he's still got no brains. Idiot. And then they had the KO show with Kevin Owens, and the guest was Happy Corbin. I can't take this seriously. Happy Corbin. I'm Happy Corbin. It's like Happy Gilmore. I'm Happy Corbin. I can't take this. I'm Happy Corbin's got the hat. Oh, this guy, he cracks me up, I'm telling you. Anyways, he goes, I got a special guest. Before that, Kayla Braxton interviewed Edge. Edge has challenged Rollins to a matchup. Edge Rollins 2 next week in Madison Square Garden. That's huge. Along with the fact that we find out Brock Lesnar is coming back to SmackDown next week. SmackDown's going to be lit next week. It's in Madison Square Garden. It has to be lit, that's for sure. Anyway, so Happy Corbin. I can't say the name without laughing. Happy Corbin. I'm Happy Corbin. I'm dying over here. This is great. This is good stuff. Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin. Oh, I better stop laughing before something else happens. So Happy Corbin. Okay. You gotta call him Baron Corbin. Oh, wait, no. Happy Corbin. And Kevin Owens, like, he looks thrilled to interview him, right? And I'm happy, and I have you to thank. Really? And he goes, you're nothing but a selfish jerk and all that, and I have to agree with Kevin Owens. I just can't say the name Happy Corbin without laughing so hard. So anyways, and so he goes, I got another guest. Yeah, been hanging out with him and his brother and all that. Logan Paul is the guest of Happy Corbin. What in the world's going on here? I mean, are you freaking out of your minds, WWE? You cut everybody else, and you got Happy Corbin and Logan Paul aligned with each other. Good Lord. Train wreck coming through. And then Logan Paul, you know, they was talking about how his brother survived the fight against Tyrone Woodley, and Logan Paul, how he almost survived in his match against, in his boxing match against Floyd Money Mayweather. And then all of a sudden, Logan Paul shoves Kevin Owens like, you don't do that, man. You do that, you're gonna get straight up mollywop. You don't forget what happened to Machine Gun Kelly, last celebrity that messed with Kevin Owens, right? And they're about to fight, and then Corbin attacks Kevin Owens. I'm like, what a jerk! Happy Corbin? Yeah, I mean, like, seriously? Dude. And I tweeted this. I said, once Kevin Owens gets his hands on either Logan Paul or Happy Corbin or both, they're going to get straight up mollywopped. And if I were Kevin Owens, I would find him some tag team partner that can't stand Logan Paul. Trust me on this one. It's going to happen. So anyway, then they have a Carmella promo being the most beautiful woman in all of WWE. Liv Morgan just stand there staring at her going, seriously? Liv, as beautiful as Carmella is, I don't blame you. You work too stinking hard. You need to be successful in the WWE. And then Dominik Mysterio went one-on-one with Sami Zayn in a rematch from last week. And Sami Zayn wins again. And I hope it does not come to Dominik Mysterio wanting to fight his own father to prove himself. I mean, listen, family is very important. Yeah, you know, me and my dad, we had arguments, and we had arguments and disagreements and all that, but I still love my father. But hopefully they don't go this route with Dominic and Ray. I'm sorry, but unless Ray encourages them, listen, son, if you want to prove yourself, fight me one-on-one. You want to prove yourself, fight me one-on-one. And you know, and that's going to be heartbreaking for Angie and Aaliyah to watch too. I mean, I hope it doesn't come to that. You know, I like Dominik Mysterio. He's got a high upside. Kid with a bright future. He's second generation superstar. I know a lot of pressure's on him, but Dominic, hang in there, buddy. I know you can do it, man. You know, I just hope it doesn't come. Him and his father don't come to blows. That's what I'm hoping. You know, as a person who loves family and believes in family, hopefully it doesn't come to that. Naomi did confront Sonya Deville about a match. Sonya Deville goes, I'll check you on that next week. I think Naomi's about to snap, and if I were Naomi, I would do something to prove that she belongs in the title picture. If I were Naomi, that's what I would do. I would go out, challenge somebody, or blindside somebody. Blindside Bianca Belair or Becky Lynch. Try and do something, Naomi. Don't just stand there and ask for matches. Go out and take it. You know what I mean? Go out and take it, man. That's all I'm going to say on that situation. Then the Universal title match between Roman Reigns and Finn Balor. The Usos. Now, first thing, Caleb Braxton interviewed Finn Balor before the match started. Then the Usos ambushed Balor to the point where, Balor's hurting his ribs. And then the Street Profits ticked off about what happened between him and the Usos. Chased the Usos off way. Roman Reigns shows up. He had the advantage, but Finn Balor did fight back. But in the end, ultimately, almost got a 3 count. And Roman Reigns kicked out of the coup de grace that Balor hit. But then Roman Reigns did end up retaining the title over Finn Balor. And as he walked, and now here's the crazy part: as they walked away holding the title, the arena shortly shorted out in red and with the heartbeat going. Now there's rumors going around, and this is what I'm hearing, that the demon version of Finn Balor may come back. They may bring that demon gimmick back. If that's the case, Roman Reigns got a bigger problem than Brock Lesnar, let me tell you. Because that version of Finn Balor is more vicious and more aggressive than ever. And if I were Finn Balor, I'd capitalize on it right now. That's all I got to say for SmackDown. All right, 205 Live, there were 3 matches instead of the usual 2 matches. 205 Live basically is done away with the Cruiserweight division, supposedly. And I think 205, I think they should call it like, NXT Live or something like that. Or like an AEW Dark type thing. Have like matches for upcoming stars, all that, and I think they should do. They had Cora Jade and Amari Miller from the women's division, and Amari Miller did defeat Cora Jade. And then Joe Gacy went one-on-one with Big Josh Briggs. Gacy did win the matchup, and the ever mysterious Zion Quinn, who picked up a victory over Boa on NXT not too long ago. I think it was this past Tuesday. And went one-on-one with Andre Chase, who is also known as one of the Bravado brothers. And Quinn did pick up the victory over Andre Chase. So, it'll be very interesting. And there's going to be a new revamped NXT coming this September. And he's probably going to do some new thumbnails. So, that is it for the SmackDown 205 Live. 205 Live Event Center. I hope you guys are enjoyed yourselves, and hope you guys go enjoy the video. On the next episode, I'll talk about what happened last night on AEW Rampage. So that will come to that. All right. I will see you guys later. Until the next episode, peace, love, and bless out.